Welcome back. So now I'm going to just show you a couple of other things that will help you to finish your blockhead. The first thing you can see is that I've got my cube there. I'm going to find the centre of the cube. To find the centre of the cube, we draw a line across there. So diagonal to diagonal, diagonal to diagonal finds the centre of a square or a rectangle. So I'm just going to do that, and you can see that that point is it. Once I've got that, I'm just going to push my pencil through, and I'm going to push and push and push, probably twisting it, trying not to destroy everything that I've got, because I've got it. So that goes through there. The reason for that is that I happen to have that pencil there, and I'm going to use that pencil to create the neck. You could use a matchstick, you could use all sorts of different things, but you can see on there that I've got that pencil. It goes into there. And now I'm going to show you two other things. You see this here, you can see it's layers of card. When you stick one thickness of item on top of another, it's called laminating. And if you laminate something, you make it stronger, but you also make it thicker. So I've laminated these together to create almost a cube like that. To do that, we simply put glue on there and place the next one on there. If you want to make it really, really strong, you see the corrugated card there. If you make sure that that is done the other way round, so you get the straight bit and the corrugated bit against each other, you will make it a lot stronger. And there is a material called plywood which uses that technique, and it creates big flat boards which are used in the building work that covers large surface areas. However, I want my pencil to go in the middle of here, so before I glue it together and laminate it, if you remember that was the word, I'm just going to find the centre of these and press my pencil through there, making sure that I haven't got my finger behind it. Padoing like that. Do the same on this one. Whoopsie daisies, just dropped it. I'm going to do it on all four of them. And again, notice I go through onto my bit of card. You can see that my fingers are splayed. I'm not going to get the pencil into my fingers. I definitely don't want that to happen. Press that through there, and with a bit of luck, the neck will go into that. So I reckon that these two will need to be done as well. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to do that. Press that through there. And the last one is this one. Right, so I've now got that like that. I'm using PVA glue. You could equally use possibly Pritt stick, although that isn't too strong. If you can get hold of either PVA or Yoo-hoo or something like that, that will do it. Okay, so I've got those holes through there. I'm grabbing my glue. I'm just going to pop that on there like that. Get my spreader, which is glue in there, and just spread that across there. Put that onto there like that, and again on here. Put that on there, and so I'm slowly laminating these cards up, and then put that on there like that, and I'm going to quickly do that, put that onto there like that. So you can see that I've got that laminated together with a hole through the middle just there. Okay, so the last thing is to do it onto the one that I've already created. Oops, probably better to use a spreader rather than my finger, or the bonus of PVA is it doesn't harm you. And then push that onto there like that and hold it together whilst it glues. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that dry. I probably will just, you know the way I said masking tape's quite good, it'll hold it down, and then with a bit of luck a bit later on I can tear that off. It might leave a little bit of masking tape, but it's not the end of the world, and it'll just hold it whilst it glues together. Now, spoken to you about laminating, layering thick pieces of material together, wood or card, to make it strong. That is a very, very, very strong block. Alright, now that it's glued. The other thing we can do is to take a very thin piece of material and we can stick it over something to make it look better. And that's called veneering. So on here I am going to just put a layer of glue across here, and on each side I am going to stick a bit of paper. Now if you are dealing with wood, you would stick a very, very thin piece of wood, and it normally goes over some fairly cheap block wood like MDF or chipboard, and then you put this over the top and it makes it look much tidier. Now I happen to have cut these out. They are the same size as the template that I had, but obviously I was a bit silly because I didn't allow for the fact that card, when it bends, leaves it a bit thicker. But you will get the idea. I can put that onto there like that, and put that on there like that, and hopefully in a moment you can see that all of my sides will be covered with a thin layer of paper, and it will look a lot neater. And this process is referred to as veneering, covering up cheaper material to make it look more expensive. Perhaps if you do yours, you could use squares which are a little bit bigger. You can always colour them yourself, and if you remember from year 7, you can colour them so they look like wood and then stick it on. And that would be absolutely brilliant if you could do that. Right, so this goes onto here like that, and you can see now that my cube has got a wood finish over everything, and I've got to now find the side where I made the hole for the pencil to go through, which is that side. Okay, so the pencil goes in there. Okay, I'm going to take this off here. Put that onto there, and I now have my blockhead joined together, and the top looks like wood and the bottom looks like laminated card. And if I push, 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 push and twist, push and twist, push and twist, that goes into there, that goes into there, and bingo, I've got my blockhead. And you are then in a position to be able to put buttons on it to make a face. You could veneer this again to make that look better, and we can thread things through it to put our feet and hands on it, but we can talk about that at another occasion.